Hi, my name is Amy and I am Make Art Ride Bikes. Today's video is entitled Subtle Strength for Runners and Cyclists. These movements will floss your hips and they'll also engage your glutes or your butt so that you can further support and just feel good about your lower back. You don't need anything, preferably be barefoot and on a hardwood floor or a floor that is not carpeted. I'll from time to time face you and I'll turn to the side so you can get different angles, but you'll begin standing with your feet at your hip width. You'll take hold of your hips. You'll find a moment or two to use the hands really deliberately to drag your pelvis down and very much hike the head up and out of the shoulders, the neck. Then look down if you need to. Let your knees bend in the direction of your second or third toe. So if you have that quick peek down, you can definitely see your big toes. Your heels stay grounded. This movement is just a little buffer. So your butt is down, your tail is just down in floorward direction. Your knees again are at about second, third toe. Muscle the legs straight as you simultaneously pull your hips down, just coming up tall. Long neck, lifted skull. And just two more of those, with or without looking. Bend knees in the direction of about the second toe. Guts are up, tail is generally down, not necessarily tucked. Very strong legs stand back up. This time you could weight your heels a bit. And do that one more time. Keep the knees bent forward, second toe-ish. Hang onto your hips. And then from bent legs, take a long step back or a leg length step back with your left leg. So you're finding your first lunge. You might hover before you land those left toes. And as I'm demonstrating a full leg's length for your lunge, stand onto the ball of the left foot. And now you can again peek to see that you can definitely see your front big toe, which at this point is your right one. Right foot forward. Hold on to your hips. Bend the back knee, which is the left one, down. And as you do so, squeeze that left butt. So phase one in finding those supportive glutes, supportive butt, so that you can feel more thorough, more long, more awesome in your torso, your low back. Hold this for a few seconds, and the hands are not just holding the hips, they're feeling the hips to see for any shifts or any lifts whatsoever. You want to keep them level. And then do look down, bow your chin. Make a launch-like motion as you muscle the back leg super straight and allow your front knee to move a little beyond your ankle. So it'll look like this. The back butt definitely squeezes, and a good cue or a good reference would be behaving like you're looking down and through the floorboards. Back leg incredibly straight. Maybe some work in the push of the back heel. We'll find this motion two more times. Go back to where you were. So to get there, bend that back left knee down and maybe a little bit forward as your skull goes backwards. You'll just come upright. No change this second time. The chin is down as you look a little beyond this front leg. Bend a little bit beyond the ankle and the front knee. Back leg mega straight, mega strong. You can lean through left heel. Surface one more time, so your butt wraps under as your left knee, your back knee pokes down, skull goes backwards, and suddenly you're up. You're adding on here, keep hold of your hips. And then try to just flow a little bit nicer. As the back leg goes straight, chin goes down, you're already looking over the front leg. You're looking through the floorboards. This front knee, which is the right one, just keeps bending. And this is classically called your warrior three. So while tipped forward, lean super hard into this front foot. The back foot starts to lift. Fill out this right footprint. Squeeze the right standing leg super duper duper straight. Your hands are already on your hips to guide them in that level position. But you might take the left hand and just let the wrist, the heel of the hand touch the side of your hip And as your fingertips point to the floor like I'm showing, so does the eye or the point of this left hip. Very standard cue would be there's a tray on your lower back, so you might actually press the low back into a bit of a rounded shape to make it level. And then tricky, subtle strength, maybe not so subtle in these transitions. Go back to holding hips. Go back to the same lunge, so that'll mean bending the front knee. That'll mean sensing those back left toes and until they tap down. Bend the back knee vertical, the torso up. Then we'll move in a fancy way to get to the other side. Try to stay low. Turn the front foot in would be left. Stay low. Keep turning the left leg out. So you come into center momentarily. That left foot is rubbing out. Left knee is starting to stick out to the side. And you're dancing into the other side for the lunge. My left foot is almost at 12 o'clock. Now I can pick up the right heel and begin to square the hips. So that was the floss portion. This is more of a mobility thing. If you have ankle or knee stuff, you would have felt it somewhere in there, so be kind to those parts. Hold your hips. See that you can see the left big toe. Keep the hips square in addition to just plainly pinning them down. And as you can see, you are very much on the ball of that back foot. And then as if to look lower than the floorboards, you dab the chin down, muscle the back leg straight, allowing for the left knee to go a little beyond the ankle. Back leg super straight. A couple of these. Begin to bend back knee as you pull the skull back over the body. Back to where you were. Pretty demanding on that back ankle. One more that looks the same. Back leg gets super straight. The torso propels a bit to get the left knee to bend beyond the ankle. Hips haven't changed. They're level this whole time. One more to that start place. Back knee bends. The front shin bone backs out as your skull goes up. Muscle back leg straight, tip into that familiar shape, your launch, your prep. And then as you continue to trust the body forward and down, the back toes get lighter. You take what's called your warrior three. The standing left foot really slams through the floor. Your right fingertips can now point down to encourage this right hip to absolutely roll down to the floor. If your hip is kicked open like this, everything will be easy and sloppy, so close it. There's a tray on your back. Fanning right toes helps. The front knee has to bend first for you to delicately get those right toes back down. Let's go back to the low lunge. Back knee springy and bent. Then I'll talk you through the swap back to the other leg. So your front leg is your left one. Turn the toes in. In means right. And then from that foot positioning, the back leg really starts to spin out to the side. There's a moment of center. And you're swapping out the legs. The right foot is in the lead. Undo the left heel. And if you stayed pretty sneaky, you won't have to adjust a whole lot. Back knee is bent, butt is down, skull is up. Hyper straight back leg as you look and launch a little beyond the front ankle. And just surface one more time, let that left knee go down as the skull goes generally up. You'll feel the hips compact together. And then we add the warrior three. So you launch, same method, super straight back leg. Easy cue would be a rope tied to this left hamstring up to the ceiling. Keep going. The right foot, the standing foot, has to get a whole lot heavier as the left one becomes airborne. Squeeze standing leg. Direct the left hip down. And breathe. Subtle strength, so subtle. Begin to bend the front leg. The back toes are searching for the floor. Try and land where you started. So get the ball of the left foot printed down. The back knee buckles to the floor, skull up. And then one more dance to the other side. Front foot turns in equals left. And then the big dance comes from the back thigh as it spins out to the side. Left leg is wrapping around into the lunge. Right heel comes undone, hands on the hips. And then you might not need a whole lot of adjusting here. Steady and square the hips. The back leg really pounces straight as the front knee bends a little beyond the ankle. Back butt squeezed. Surface a second last time. The right knee goes down and under as the skull is roped to the wall behind you. Then your second tilted over lunge pose that will become your warrior three. Lean so far forward that the left foot is extra weighted. The back foot becomes weightless, and there you are, warrior three. Low back a bit lifted. The floating hip, the right hip definitely turned down. Just to be consistent, we'll land in our low lunge. Front leg bending, back toes searching, and then big sort of relieving bend to the back knee to sponge the body, get the body back. Facing this direction now, step the feet together or at your hip width, and just do a quick buffer. The knees both bend towards about the second toe as your head stays up. As you muscle your legs straight, simultaneously pull your hips down. Long torso, think hourglass. One more, knees bend forwards. Second toe direction, ideally. Strong heels, legs go straight. You can stay where you are. I'll just turn to face you. Right leg will be the front leg. We'll do another lunge. Step left leg back. Same thing. So a leg length step. Bend the back knee a little bit forward. Left leg is the back leg. Stretch your left fingertips towards the screen. Check that you can see that front big toe. As you slowly straighten the back leg, let's lift the left arm vertically. And do 2 chops of that. Bend the back knee as you send your fingertips of that left reaching arm towards me. And come back up. Another floss. Let's stay back leg pretty straight. Laser the other hand, the right hand down. So as you can see, the arms are really plainly split. And then stay strong, don't go far. The back knee could soften a little bit. Come up and over to the right for a side bend. You'll yawn out to this left belly, left rib cage. Right arm just strong, as if it were holding a weight. Back up. Hands on hips. And then slide that left foot, the back foot forward. Other side, right leg steps back. Right knee bends. Right arm forward towards me. And as the back leg becomes straight and pumped, the right arm goes high into the air, making this long sleeve of right arm, right leg. Bend that back knee forward, reach your right fingertips towards me. Find that again. Top arm reaches, back leg strong and straight. Then a moment of really plainly split arms, the left arm goes down. Behave like that left hand is holding a weight. The back leg can be perfectly straight or it could have a small bend as you reach up and over to your left side bend. Front foot has to behave really strong, heavy left big toe. A yawned out right belly, right rib cage. Up with integrity, you might pull that right shoulder blade down, hold hips, feet step or slide together. And then purely upper body, you can circle your arms wide and high overhead, interlace your fingers at the top, flip your palms up, squeeze your elbows tight, squeeze your legs nice and tight, take a breath in. When you exhale, let your knees poke forward a bit like our previous buffer, and also push your palms forward just at chest level. So you'll be hollowed out like a question mark. 3 of these. Inhale to stand tall, strong weighted heels. Exhale to really cut the body below the chest. Cut the torso in half as the knees poke forward. A muscular breath out. Inhale, you stand tall, stiff arms, stiff legs. Exhale to round your spine, palms forward. Do 1 more, breathe in, come up. Straight legs. Exhale, push palms forward. And then the laced hands come back up. You can just discreetly bring the arms back down to your sides. Give the shoulders a little roll. And there you have it. Thanks for moving with me.